what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. I don't know if a lot of you guys are going to like this one. If you do, just leave a like to show me that you do. But tonight we are doing a first on the channel by comparing two stocks. So the stocks which we are going to be comparing are XPENG stock and NIO stock. We're going to be talking about what both companies do, where they will be in the future, what I can personally see the prices be, and where I can see the company's overall direction being in a few years from now, or even a few weeks or months from now. So we're going to be giving a quick analysis and then comparing the two stocks together. Just before we do jump into that, please do leave a like, because I'm going to tell you right now, this is the most action-packed and, information-filled video that I have made so far. There is a lot of value which you're going to gain from this, so please do show your support by leaving a like, also by subscribing. If you don't already know, I say in every single video, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could just watch any of the other videos, share this channel with your family and friends and colleagues to help them to get information on stocks as well. And also, if you want to check out the Discord server, if you don't know what Discord is, it's basically a chat room where we talk about stocks and the stock market in general. Please do go and join that one. The link is in the description. I would appreciate it if you could download the app for it. It's completely free. And if you don't want to download the app, there's a website which you can go and join. Obviously, don't just watch this one once, don't go check it out once. Please do just keep updated on it, because if you want to get in contact with me about stocks and ask me some questions, I'm going to be on there more frequently than I will be on YouTube, so that's probably the place where we should talk about stocks over there. Right then, so let's have a quick look at NIO stock and XPENG stock. So just looking at the numbers themselves, NIO stock is worth 21.29 and XPENG is worth 19.70. On a numbers basis, these are relatively in the same league. However, I would not say that they are really in the same league in general. Maybe in the future they will be, but we need to be looking at what they are at now. Of course, I am no financial advisor. Just before we do start, again, I should have added that earlier. But yeah, let's just have a quick look at XPENG stock before we start off. On the one day, XPENG stock is actually quite in the green. We started off at around 1963, and we've obviously gone up a few pennies since then. Obviously, a few pennies is quite a significant jump with such a small stock. It looks like we might be selling off now, or we might actually be coming up to a recovery from that sell-off. We'll just have to see what the few hours do. But of course, we're looking into future years and months, so that's not really going to matter too much at the minute. 5-day XPENG stock is really quite volatile. We can see just looking from this graph, it's been dipping and then going back up over and over again every single day of the past week. Going out to 1 month, we can really just see this volatility in a pattern of buying, selling off, buying, selling off. That is what I would consider this to be. And overall, the stock does not really look to be doing too much. I mean, I would say it is rising, because obviously we were on 1773 at the start of the month. Now we're on 1976. 6 month is when things really become apparent on how much we have grown in this stock. Looking out to 6 month, we are volatile, obviously, perhaps not a stock which you might want to own a CFD in, but we are relatively steady. The stock looks like it might be going back up soon to a new high. We saw a high of all time of around 21.67, by the way. I think that was just after the IPO came out for the stock. But going over to NIO stock, let's have a look at this. So also in the green today is NIO stock, ever so slightly less. However, looks like NIO stock might also be going up as well. 5-day, NIO does look to be more stable of an investment, as NIO stock has been on quite a linear path, not too many steep upturns and downturns over the past 5 days. 1 month, NIO stock is really just rising, to be honest. Most apparently in the past week or so, we have seen the stock rise. Going out to 6 month, we can obviously see that the stock is on quite the linear path and progression. So I would say this stock is going to be the one that's going to blow up sooner, in my opinion. I think this one is going to shoot to higher highs sooner than XPENG is, for reasons which I'm going to be talking about in just a moment. Okay, so now we've looked at both of the stocks, we're going to be talking about what both of the companies do. So we're going to quickly look at the XPENG P7. So XPENG P7 is one of the XPENG cars, and we've also got cars from NIO as well. As you guys will probably know by now, these are both auto manufacturers. They are also both electric auto manufacturers, so they are kind of in the same league there. They are also both, Chinese manufacturers, so they are in the same league there. Not too many Chinese cars on the, publicly traded market for people, and also not too many Chinese cars outside of China, because a lot of these cars are sold in China. NIO is coming to Europe, and XPENG is also coming to Europe, and those are a few factors which kind of put them in the same league. However, by comparing the stock, we can see which one is arguably ahead and which one could potentially be the better investment. So one thing that I did want to talk about, and I just wondered you guys what your and I just wondered what you guys' opinion was. Sorry about that. This XPeng car, in my opinion, actually does look a little bit like this Kia car. What do you guys think? Am I just going a bit over the top? Am I deluded? Of course, if you don't really know what car this is, it is the Kia Stinger. If you are into cars, you'll probably know that. But I think that these cars look very similar, but nevertheless, the XPeng is a car in its own right, and they actually have a few cars. This is just one of the models of their cars. So what are we going to be looking at? Well, what does the company do? What does the company intend to do? And there's no better way to find this out from the company's actual mission statements. This is what the company is saying themselves. About XPeng. So this is XPeng's mission statement. Its mission is to drive smart EVs transformation with technology and data. So basically what they intend to do is create smart electric vehicles for the future, and this is going to be an evolving and growing market into the future as all cars on the road are going to become electric. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with these Chinese car manufacturers, as not a lot of Chinese car manufacturers, if any that I'm aware of, are actually out of China into America and the United Kingdom. It'll be very interesting to see what happens there. So they intend to shape mobility and the experience of the future. Very cool stuff, very cool statement from XPeng themselves. You can see they are quite the ambitious company. They are bringing cars to Europe pretty soon, I'm sure it is. I think they actually may have already landed over 100 cars in Norway, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see how quickly they sell. Are they pre-ordered? What's going to happen with those cars? I'm very intrigued to find out what's going to happen with them. Now let's have a quick look at NIO and NIO's mission statement. It is our mission to shape a joyful lifestyle by offering premium smart electric vehicles and being the best auto enterprise. So it's a similar mission statement here. The company intends to produce premium and good electric vehicles for the future. We can imagine that these cars are going to be in a similar market segment. I think NIO actually have less options on the market at the minute. So NIO have only a few SUVs, I think it is, whereas XPeng obviously have the P7, which is kind of like a family car, saloon car, and then they also have an SUV. Of course, there's more than enough time for both these companies to expand and build up more cars, for more potential customers. But yeah, I think that NIO is actually arguably, the stock that's growing more at the minute, for the simple reason of NIO appears to be more ambitious at the moment. Now, I'm not saying that XPeng can't get there into the future, because I certainly believe XPeng could be one of those stocks which is really going to skyrocket as well. But I think that NIO is going to see this exponential growth first, because NIO are bringing cars to Europe already. NIO actually intend to build a station in Europe, I think it is. And that's obviously going to help them to produce more vehicles, and it's going to help them to produce more vehicles to sell directly to Europe. So of course, by having a plant outside of China, it's cheaper to sell cars into Europe and other places, and it's just really going to be more convenient for the company. I think XPeng are going to be working on something like this into the future as well, but NIO are looking into this right now. Another thing which NIO are doing is they have a really ambitious CEO, and he intends to basically expand the company by quite a lot in the next few weeks, months and years, specifically over the longer term period, so we're looking at years. But I think that this guy's ambition could really help the stock to grow, because if he's going to do what he says he is, like I just said, helping cars come to Europe, building factories, whatnot, I think that could really grow the brand. Another thing is he actually wants to make it a household name. So of course we all know cars like Ford, Tesla, whatnot. He wants NIO to be one of those, and if that could happen, of course, brand awareness is always a great thing when it comes to sales. You can't buy something that you don't know what it is. So if people know what NIO is, great stuff for the company there. Quick look at news for the company, and a simple search for news really does sometimes tell you all that you need to know. So of course, these news sources are, I'm not going to say that they're questionable, but please do take them with your own, research. If you want to look more into them, you can see all the sources on screen right now. But let's just have a look at some news for NIO and then some simple news for XPeng. So NIO stock is apparently priced like Tesla in 2013. So this is according to Seeking Alpha, I believe it is. And these people say that NIO stock is at the bottom of where Tesla was back in 2013. If you don't know, this is when Tesla really started to, come onto the market and grow. And they think that NIO could see a growth like this in the future. I think it was last night or the night before I made a video looking at what stock analysts say on NIO, and honestly, a lot of analysts are saying that NIO is potentially a great stock to buy as well. They are seeing high estimates of NIO of $170. Unfortunately, there aren't no estimates for XPeng at the minute. When there are some, I will of course bring them to you as soon as possible. But right now, unfortunately, there is no sources giving out a detail on this. So NIO price forecast. NIO price drops too close to the week, despite, okay, we're not going to read that, but generally speaking, NIO has been on quite the bull run this week and month. If we just look to the other day when the article came out from, I think it was Deutsche Bank, they were saying that they can see NIO growing quite a lot in the future, and that has, spurred on a lot of investors to go into the company. Great news to hear from a stock when you get, recognition from a big bank. Great stuff to hear. So that's obviously encouraged a lot of investors to jump into this investment as well. Looking at XPENG news now. So if we have a quick look at XPENG news, Yahoo Finance, XPENG electric vehicle deliveries rise to 266% in Q3. Of course, companies selling more cars is obviously a great thing because more sales, more money you will make in the future, more brand awareness and whatnot. So XPENG stock jumps. New IPO is the latest Tesla China EV rival to report booming. So of course that just tells you all that you need to know really. The stock is booming at the minute apparently, and it kind of is. It's kind of stable, and we can also see this one being a potential competitor for Tesla. I would say, just as a last minute verdict, that NIO is kind of more ahead of where XPENG is. So I would say XPENG, yes, in the future. If you want to hold XPENG for a longer term period, it could potentially be a great stock to buy. I am really thinking that this could potentially be a great stock to buy. I am no financial advisor, like I've said, but I think NIO is the one that is there at the minute. I think NIO is going to see the growth sooner, but that is not necessarily a good or a bad thing, because the growth might not be as big, but generally speaking, I can see NIO being quite a big brand into the future, as a lot more electric cars do come onto the market, a lot more electric car brands subsequently come onto the market. We could see great things for both of these stocks. You guys tell me which one you think is going to do better on the Discord server. Like I said, the link will be in the description. I will see you over there. Also, please do remember to leave a like and subscribe. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Goodbye for now.